welcome back to Shopping Tales. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark and eBay, and today I have a overnight sales for you, a weekend overnight sales. Today's Monday. These are sales from Saturday and Sunday. The gross pay is $542, and I have 9 sales. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I sold on what platform and how much I paid. This is how much I pay for my items at my local Goodwill, and all these items did come from Goodwill. And I'm just gonna hop right into it. So the first thing that sold were these St. John's Bay, a brand that generally is just a mall brand that I don't generally ever pick up because it doesn't usually sell. It's just very plentiful online. But that said, these are vintage St. John's Bay, and they are genuine leather, and they are like new. And I had them up for $60, and they even still have that. When picking up boots, I paid $6. I sold them for $45. I had them up for $60. Okay. When picking up any leather shoes or boots, specifically boots, but shoes as well, even if they have these in them, don't be so quick to grab them and throw them in your cart without giving them a once over, because even though they have those these little styrofoam, which a lot of people, I think, just, to have the boot keep its shape in storage or in your closet, you want to look right here, because all boots and all shoes seem to be privy to peeling right here, even if they are real leather. Whether they're pleather or leather, you want to make sure this is not all peeling. I've done that more times than I care to admit. And you have to either take them back, ditch them, or what have you. So that is just a heads up on that. And let's see, did I tell you where these sold from? These sold on, let's see, eBay. These sold on eBay for $45. All right, next, and this was another eBay sale. And this jacket I picked up a while ago. These jackets retail for a lot. You have to wait for the right person to come and buy them. It's not a fast selling item by no means. I think this is about the 4th piece that I've ever sold in my 20 years of reselling. And I took a $48 offer. I had this little blazer up for $60, and I took a $48 offer, and it's a plus size 20. Plus size 20. Here's the whole shebang. Really pretty, really classic. And that sold for $48 on eBay. Moving right along with eBay again, I sold these jeans. Were these Bowden? Let me see. Yes, or no, not Bowden. These were Boston Proper, size 6. Again, this brand used to sell very well for me, but I've been sitting on these for over a year, so I probably wouldn't pick them up again. But they did have a whole bunch of, they're kind of anthro, and they kind of look anthro to me with all that real embroidery. And again, I've sold things way when I first started selling on eBay. When I saw that, I just always assumed that was embroidery. And I had one of my first or second sales ever on eBay over 20 years ago teach me to turn it inside out and make sure it's not just a patch, it's real embroidery. That should be like a no-brainer, but it wasn't. So yeah, you want to just make sure you have that. If they're embroidered, definitely put that in the title. And people are looking for this because, again, it's kind of anthropology or free people vibes. And these sold for $35. I think I had them listed way too high. I think I had them actually for $60. All right, next sale was on Poshmark, and it was just a bra. I sell bras almost on the daily, and this bra I took a $20 offer. I usually list my bras from $25 to $30. If they're new with tags, $30, or a really larger size, I list them for $30, but I plan to get $20 to $25. This is a Walk-Hole 36 Triple D. 36 Triple D by Walk-Hole. And yeah, I think Walk-Hole bras, I'll have to put it right here, I think they retail for like $50 or $60 unless they go on sale. And it's an underwire bra. When picking up bras, you want to make sure that there's no the wire's not busted out. Made that mistake before, guys. And also you want to make sure that there's no like pit staining, and you also want to make sure that these wires right here, these clasps, are not, the paint's not all chipped and they're not all discombobulated, because people donate bras like that, guys. I see them all the time. Instead of just throwing them, I get that you don't want to throw things out in the trash because then that goes in the landfill and that's not good for the environment. But when it's used and abused, when it can't be reused, then you should probably ditch it or recycle it somehow. So that I sold. All right, so my largest selling item was this Lafayette 148 dress. These dresses retail for so much, guys. I never leave them behind. I know they're a long ticket long ticket. I've had it for like 5 years, guys. This is not gonna, it's not a dress that's gonna move quickly for you, but if it is new with tags, eventually someone's gonna go looking for their favorite dress that they no longer make. And this one retailed for $598, probably at a department store of some kind. And I got $175. I had it originally listed for $250, like half off, for 2 years. And then I dropped it to $175. The right person came along on eBay and grabbed her. She's an olive green. They're heavy duty. They are a good quality dress. And I do pick up, I just don't ever leave this brand behind. But I do know that it's a brand that I'm going to be sitting on until the right person finds it. And I really just don't mind. So that sold for $175 on eBay. Next was a Poshmark sale. Jewelry is buy one, get one free, and I generally list my jewelry for $15 a piece, and I have people, you know, purchase them at the buy one, get one free. These pieces came to $140, and I offered a $70 price tag, and yeah, they sold for $70. Let me just show them to you. Usually I don't have time on a short to show you, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. They are custom jewelry. We're not doing 10 karat and 14 karat gold. You know, for $15, although some people think that, and I do get asked lots of times, you know, my jewelry's $15, and people ask if it's real gold or real gemstone. So I mean, if they ask, that usually tells me, it used to tell me like, oh my gosh, you have no idea of the cost of living or like how much things cost. But going down the Reddit rabbit trail, there are people that do score a 10 karat and 14 karat and 22 karat for $15 before on Poshmark. People that are selling items that they just want to get them out of their house. They're not in it to make money. They don't need it. And that is why people still ask. So lots of times you may get a question and you think, you roll your eyes in your head and you think, oh my gosh, you know, would I really be selling something that originally cost, you know, $500-600 for $15, or half off of that, $750? Some people do, guys. Some people do, and that's why you get the crazy questions. So these were all buy one, get one free. It came to $140, and I got $70 for them all, and that is gross pay. These ones are brand new. Let me show you these. This brand Gypsy, I did some research before listing them. This brand Gypsy retails, actually I could see the price tag on it, $21.99. These are a more quality brand. They're very boho. Look at that. Oh, they are beautiful. They kind of remind me of Bollywood, belly dancing. And so yes, so those sold for $70. This was a Travelon crossbody bag. Can I put it on? So this is a crossbody bag, great for obviously traveling. It does have an adjustable strap, which I would need to adjust. I took a $40 offer. I will put how much they retail for. Haven't checked in a while. I'm like thinking it's at $75, but it might be more. This has that RFIF something, where if you're traveling and someone's trying to like steal your identity or your credit card or grab some information on your phone and it's in here, it's going to be safe because it has a padding that just protects it. Don't really know a whole lot of that, just from what I read. You want to make sure as you're picking up pocketbooks, this is a good travel brand. There are several really good travel brands. This is one of them. Been sitting on it for a couple months, and again, I took a $40 offer. When picking up pocketbooks, you want to, the very first thing is making sure that there's no patina or no yuckiness on the strap. The corners on the bottom of the bag, nobody wants a well-worn corner unless it's like a Chanel Fendi or something. So you want to make sure that it looks like new. You want to look inside that there's no makeup or pen stains. However, I do still pick up bags that are a good quality bag with stains inside. And I do sell them with stains, but I make sure that I zoom on into those stains and I put them in the listing. And how I word it in the listing, I think how you word it, you think about how you would word something. So if this bag had stains inside, the word stain is, I don't know, people don't like the word stain, just like they don't like the word moist. So instead of stain, why not put spot? So there's a few spots, not this bag, I'm just using this for an example. If there was some pen, ink, or anything in there, I would zoom in on those pictures and I would say that the bag has either, I would say, discoloration or spots. Nothing noticeable while wearing, but worthy of noting. That is the description that I use for any stain. It could be even on a blouse. The last picture, I zoom on in on that stain, and I don't say that it's a stain, I say that it's a spot, because hearing stain sounds different than saying it's a spot. And you don't want to leave a negative, something negative. You want to try to just stay positive when you're listing your items, and don't put something negative. Now, if they ask, is that makeup, is that ink, you know, XYZ, then of course tell them, don't lie. But just try to get used to using words of, like, okay, instead of cheap, use an inexpensive. Inexpensive sounds better than, oh, it was real cheap. It was real inexpensive. Just sounds better. So just little FYI, little words like that to help you out. All right, so this was another larger sale. This is a discontinued, I think it's pinwheel pink or something. Discontinued print. I got $69 for this 22-inch Vera Bradley bag. I have 3 of these. I purchased 3 of them over the summer. And this is, I think I have 2 left. I think this is the first one that I sold. Although Vera Bradley is picking up, and I have been slowly noticing my Vera Bradley sales of like just pocketbooks have increased. So heads up on that. And again, when I first listed this, when I found it over the summer, people were lowball. I had it for $16. People were sending me $10, $15, $20 offers. And I know that it's discontinued. So I waited, like I could have taken that and still made like a $15 profit, but I waited for the right person that really wanted this, not to maybe flip, wanted to actually use it. And I waited for the right person looking for this particular bag, again with cloth and quilts. You want to make sure that there's no rips on the corners. If you are planning on getting $69 for it, make sure that it's flawless. Make sure there's no stains, discoloration. Discoloration, that's another good word to use instead of stains. But for the sake of this video and me talking to you, I'm using the word stain. Everybody knows what stain is. But yeah, I would still say the same thing, like it has some spots inside, although it is flawless, but that is how I would have worded it. So with this bag, I don't see any wear whatsoever. I don't even see any fading to give me an indication that it was washed in the washer machine and dried. So I did put like new. You also wanted the smell test. Does it smell fresh? Then you could put like new. And that is why I believe that I did get full asking price of $69. All right, last item guys, is a dress, and this was a new with tags dress. These bridal dresses don't retail for a whole lot. I'll put it right here. I think it's like $69. I think it's actually $69, $70 too. So this was a plus size 3X. I don't usually leave Baltic Born behind either. Again, 100% polyester. Is it any better than Shein? Probably not. But everybody knows this Baltic Born brand is a bridal favorite, and it's considered affordable. I believe it's more affordable than Aritzia. And this is a plus size. It's a full length. It's long sleeves for a winter or fall wedding. It is 60 inches long. And I did list it for 60, because almost retail, or maybe retail. Again, I'll put how much it retailed for. But I was trying to move out as much stuff this weekend, so I did have that in my head. Normally I would have said, oh, I try to aim for $200 a day. That doesn't always happen. But $200 a day, I could have sold a lot less, because the gross pay was $542. Normally when I reach $400, I'm more picky of taking low balls, or not even low balls, just once I reach a certain amount in my head, I'm more picky of what I'm going to accept, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So I really wanted to get 50, at least 50 for this dress, because it was new with tags, it was plus size, it was a nice color, but I decided to heck with it. Let's move some stuff out. This is kind of big and takes up quite a lot of room in my bins, so that's another reason I tried to let it go. And that is why I took a lower price offer, which was $40. She got a good deal. I'm moving it out. I did spend $6, and of course the platforms do take a 20% commission, but at the end of the day, I'm still happy that I moved something out. And yeah, so that is all I have for you guys today. I already have a short up that I put up about an hour ago. I'm going to go edit this video and get it up for you. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.